Welcome back. So today we've taken this one outside. Most of you know I've bought myself a little chirpy bird, a little cockatiel at home. So outside's the only option at the moment. And in today's video we're going to be discussing personal development. Now the video itself would be absolutely huge if I tried to cover every aspect, so this may be a multi-part. But for the bulk of it, I'll do in this video. I absolutely love the videos outside. Yeah, the light's a bit of an issue, but just the feel and everything. I hope some of you like them out here too. So some of the first points to cover is on a mediumship journey, a spiritual journey. A lot of people think it's just about learning the process. You know, get the mechanics tied down, get loads and loads of practice in, and that's it. You're well on your way, and you know, set free, set in the wild, go do readings and go and work for the spirit world. But there's so much more to it than that. There are so many areas that aren't discussed. You know, it's one of them processes. With development, you're going to get better with classes and with what you're doing and the tutor you're working under. You'll develop a style or a particular use of mechanics, and you become good at said mechanics. This is par for it. The magic will be there. But the things that people aren't discussing is the things that make you the instrument. You know, the things that trigger you, the things that bring you joy or anger you in some way. These are some of the answers that you need to understand you as the instrument, the spiritual tool, the voice for the spirit world. You need to understand why you get triggered or why that brings you joy. This is something that is a personal development, something that will help you understand you a lot better, understand why the spirit world are doing things that they do with you and your mind and the referencing that you have. This is all part of that development. It is a full development in itself, the personal development. And as you go along that journey, you know, you learn new things, and you learn things like the principles. Some of you may be interested in the history, the pioneers of the spiritual movement. And all these things become part of the passion, become part of the learning curve, and give you maybe dreams and aspirations to work towards, and you'll have your idols, all that kind of stuff. It will start to unfold you and what it is you want and how you want to do it and all that kind of stuff that goes with a development. So you'll start to hear new things like love and light and that kind of stuff. I mean, you can get in the comments for your own versions, but there'll be lots and lots of examples there. And people will start to use these excessively. They will start to project a version of themselves that acts spiritual and shows you, you know, in the projection that they are changing and that they are trying to be a good instrument for the spirit world and trying to be a better person. But that doesn't change what's going on the inside. The projection means nothing if your actions and words are not matching that energy or that version of you that you are trying to get across. As you start to make these changes, you know, it's inevitable that things are going to start to change for you in your reality. Maybe the people that you associate with, your friends, your loved ones, the people that are close to you. These things will start to change. And that may mean bringing about change, because once this starts, this personal development, and you're finding the answers to the trigger aspects, you know, what makes you angry, preachy, a little bit love and lighty, this will, you know, begin a new version of you is being born. So in a personal development, the first place to start, and it's going to have to be this video, is going to be the things that make you tick, the things that make you. You know, it's kind of like a little bit of advice, I suppose. Let me get out that light. A little bit of advice, maybe, is you can't stand on a platform or on your Facebooks or any social media. You can't do the preachy bit. You know, we are one. we are all love, we are all, you know, all this terminology that we've read about and researched maybe, or been in classes on and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that in one breath and then be an absolute jerk the next, or an absolute moron the next. You can't do that, because that people see that. I don't know if you're aware, but people see that you can stand and give a 15-minute address on philosophy, on love, the spirit world, the unity, the equality, and then make you be the one that stands out, or you're special, or it just doesn't work. It comes across so bad. So the triggers are going to be a massive part of your personal development. Why do I need centre stage? Why do I need to post this? Why do I need to fill in the blank? It's going to start telling you about you a lot more in depth than anybody else or any course will ever give you. So in my opinion, and I'm not right, you know, I still make mistakes, but I think one thing that you have to do is be able to do the things that you are talking about. You know, the things that you preach about, the things that you are telling people they should be doing. I think the very least that you need to be doing is walking your talk. That goes for teaching, that goes for demonstrating, for your readings, for your people skills, for your non-judgmental ways, for the oneness, for the spirit love. All of the things that you talk about and preach about have to become part of your walk. You can't just talk it and then walk a different walk. Don't really work like that. Granted, it is happening and it is going on, but people see it, people know it, and whether they're talking about it or not, it's definitely happening. And I think some people think they're fooling the fools out there. So just a bit of advice there for those of you doing that. There's another unfortunate, let me sort that camera out, another unfortunate aspect to this journey that we call mediumship or spiritual or personal development, is that there's a lot of cattiness or bitchiness. I'm not sure, you know, whether it be the US audience or the UK audience, or wherever you're from. You can let me know in the comments where you all watch from, actually. That'd be interesting. But out of breath, this walk is doing me in. It is the taking to the social media for the cattiness or the bitchiness. You know, it was only the other day I saw it all myself online. I'm no stranger to it. I am on the receiving end of it quite a lot, and many of my viewers, let me adjust that light, many of my viewers the other day were sending me inboxes asking if I had seen a very well-known tutor's post online, and I had seen it. It is unfortunate, but the point I'm making is that once it's out there, you know. You can't, if you're going to call someone out, you need to call someone out if you're doing it from a good place. You can't just post something up and then run off when it gets a little bit heated or a little bit ugly, when you were the person that stirred that pot in the first place. It's a little bit wrong when you're regarded as a tutor of spiritual development, a worker for spirit. I fail to see where the work for the spirit world is in an action on a post where you are making an idiot of someone else, you know. So it's, or trying to make an idiot of someone else. I'm not suggesting for a moment you're right. So again, in the example given, I try to understand, you know, what makes me want to do a video, what makes me want to do a post, what makes me want to work for the spirit world, what makes me want to demonstrate or teach it, what triggers, why do I want to do that, why do I want to help, why do I try to steer people clear of certain aspects of this movement or their own development. And all of these things I look at very regular. and I'm not sure everyone's doing that. You know, there's no classroom in the world that can teach you to have like a good ethic or a good heart. You know, we all know some of it is very egotistical, and we all know that some people just love the attention and all that kind of stuff, and they are who they are. It would be nice to be able to sort of help them through that process, but they do it for their own reasons, and that's their own personal development, and maybe they've ignored it. Maybe they spent too much time in a development group learning mechanics and forgot the actual process of refining your own spirit, the personal development part. Maybe they forgot about that. Maybe they got caught up with the fame of other people and telling other people's stories and not their own stories, because they don't have their own stories. I think it's one of those things that sit down and reflect, have a moment, ponder about why you do the things that you do, why you act in the way that you act, your triggers, and then take that to a development class for mediumship, and your results will change very, very quickly, because you understand who you are, you understand what you are and what makes you tick. So I think there's quite a lot there to think about. I'm sure it'll upset someone, and again, it's not made to upset anyone. It's made just to get people thinking. Ask yourself the question, why do I do this? Why do I do that? Why do I react? And it will say more. That will teach you more about you than any classroom that you're going to enter. It definitely needs to be looked at. But try and remember that you must walk the talk. You can't be love and light and then posting online bitchy comments about another individual, preaching the love of the spirit world and the unity of the spirit world, and then on social media stirring the shit pot. It can't come across. It doesn't work. They don't go hand in hand. Practice as you preach. So I'm nearly back at the car. It's so warm, so muggy in here, and I haven't done it in a while, and I'm starting to feel it. I'm breathless. So I'm going to wrap this one up. As I said, there's so many avenues that we can take on this one. But keep that golden rule. Practice what you preach. Walk your talk. So if you're a demonstrator, demonstrate in the way that you are saying that you can demonstrate. And everything will marry up, and everything will be okay, won't it? You're not going to be called out for anything. You're not going to be picked on for any reason. I think it's one of those, so many of you put so much investment, time and energy into your development. Do you want to be regarded as one of the good ones, one that worked hard and tried their best to be the best instrument they could for the spirit world? Or do you want the title of the shit stirrer, the arrogant, you know, whatever label kind of goes with it? And I think everyone on reflection wants to be remembered for all the good that they do. So if you're gonna pick your fight, pick them wisely. Why are you doing it? What's the trigger? And go about it more in just steer clear of these people. And you'll find that the right people will gravitate towards you. You'll gravitate towards them. Your journey will be a lot less hindered by the things that we all see on the social media. So I'm going to wrap that up, get back in the car. Obviously get in the comments, like it if you like it, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll catch you lot in the next video.